Hey guys, welcome back to another video in the series of Python for beginners. And as you can see on my screen, today we are going to discuss string methods. So before starting this video, I'd like to request if you have not subscribed my channel, kindly do so. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video. So as you can see that there are string methods written on my screen. So there are a lot of string methods that we are going to discuss today, but I have divided this video into two parts. First, the theoretical part in which we are going to discuss about 10 to 20 around 30 string methods, but in the next part, which is the second part, we are going to take demo of almost 10 to 15 string methods. Why? Because if I'm going to write a code, any kind of code for each and every method, this video will go long for around 30 minutes or 40 minutes, which I don't want, but I'll discuss the main ones. So let's get started. So what exactly is a string method? So Python has a set of built-in methods that you can use on strings. So there are multiple string methods available in Python that you can use to do your operations on strings. This is a link. So let me open this link for you. What I'll do is I'll just click over it and let it open for you. And you can see there are string methods over here. Let me just maximize it so that you can see it well. And you can see there are a lot of methods over here. So what I can do is I can do Control F, I can type string methods. Okay, which is open, and let me go there. String methods, you can see over here. Now string implement all of the common sequence operations along with the additional method described below, and there are multiple methods. You have to use the string. Str is your string, dot, and how you call a method, and then this str will going to call that method which you are going to write. So it returns a copy of the string which is first character capitalized and rest lowercase. So there are multiple methods. I cannot discuss all of them right now, but if you scroll down, you'll see case fold, you'll see center. Let me scroll down more. Count, encode, ends with. This we are going to take an example today. Expand tabs, find, format, very much used. This performs a string formatting operation. We'll take 2-3 examples for this in our demo today. Format map, this happens on a data structure, and we have not which is a dictionary, but we have not talked about any kind of data structure yet. We are going to do in the future videos. Index is alnum. Alnum means alphanumeric, is alpha, alphabet, ASCII value, and a lot more. So if you'll scroll down, you'll see is lower, is numeric, is printable, and there are multiple methods. There are a lot of methods there. You can use them for almost everything. So if you're thinking of a method, you are trying to think of a method and trying to write a method, there's a high chance that it's already there, exist in the library. Anyway, let's just go back to our presentations. So what we'll do is we'll just alt tab over here. Perfect. Now note, every string method does not change the original string, instead returns a new string with a change attribute. So your every string method will not change the original string. It means if there is an original string, it does not changes it. It will return a new one with change attributes. Perfect. Now let us dive right into the string method. First would be lower. So it converts all uppercase characters to a string into lowercase. We'll take an example for it. Upper, the vice versa thing. Title, convert string into a title case. So what exactly is a title case? If you write a title, for example, let us consider convert string to title case, it's a title itself. So it will break it from this space and create a capital S, break from space, create a capital T, capital C, like that. That's how a title looks like. Capitalize converts the first character of the string to a capital uppercase letter, only the first character of the string. Casefold implements caseless string matching. Center pad the string with the specified character. Count returns the number of occurrences of a substring in the string. So if you have a long string and you want to see how many times a substring has appeared or has occurred, you can use this count method and it will give you a value in a number format. So returns an integer. Encode strings with a specified encoded scheme. Ends with, we are going to take example of ends with and starts with. Return true if the string ends with a given suffix. So you give a given suffix and then it will return a value either true or a false. Expand tab specifies the amount of space to be substituted with the \t symbol in the string. Let's move forward. Find returns the lowest index of the substring if it is found. So you have, if in case you want to find it, it returns the lowest index of the substring it is found. So there can be number of appearances, it will return only the lowest index of the substring. Format formats a string for printing it to the console. So format is one of the most widely used. So we'll talk about format today in 2-3 formats so that we can understand it fully. Format map formats specified values in a string using a dictionary. Dictionary list are data structure that are used. We'll talk about that in our future videos. Index returns the position of the first occurrence of a substring in a string. So if there is a long string and you want to know the index of a substring, you can use this str dot with index and it will return a first occurrence which is an integer. Is alnum means alphanumeric, checks whether all the characters given string is alphanumeric or not. Is alpha returns true if all the characters in the string are the alphabets. Is decimal returns true if all the characters in a string are decimal. Is digit returns true if all the characters in a string are digit. So if there is a string that has number from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 10, it will return true if all the characters are digits. Is identifier check whether the string is a valid identifier or not. Is lower checks all if all the characters to a string are lowercase. Is numeric returns true if all the characters of a string are numeric character. For example, there is a string that says Ravish 1 2 3 4 5, then it will return false because it's not completely numeric. Is printable returns true if all the characters in the string are printable or the string is empty. Let's move forward. Is space returns true if all the characters in the string are white space characters. So if you have written a string in which there is only white spaces or space bar, it will return true value. Is title returns true if the string is in a title case string. Title case, I already told you that the first alphabet is capital of every word. Is upper checks all the characters in the string are uppercase. Join returns a concatenated string. This will work on list which again is a data structure, but we'll use plus sign to concatenate over here, so you need not to worry about that. Just left aligns the string according to the width specified. You have to specify a width and then it will align the value. Lower converts all the uppercase characters in a string into lowercase, which we'll see today. Strip returns the string which leading characters removed. So if you use strip or strip, people say it generally strip, so it will return the string with the leading characters removed. So whatever string that you have given, it will just remove the leading characters. Make trans returns a translation table. Table is another thing used. We will talk about that later. Partition splits the string at the first occurrence of a separator, or sometimes you say a delimiter. Replaces all occurrence of a substring with another string. So if you have a string that is quite long and you want to replace it with something, you can use str dot. Str is your exact string, and then you can replace the value by using replace method or replace function. rfind returns the highest index of a substring. Let's move forward. Index returns the highest index of the substring inside that string, and it's a integer value. Just right aligns the string according to the width specified. Partition splits the given string into 3 parts. Split the string from the right by the specified separator or a delimiter. Strip removes trailing characters. Splitness, so what it does is split the lines at the line boundaries. StartsWith returns true if a string starts with a given prefix. So if you have a string and you want to check whether it starts from some substring, you can give substring dot start with, and then it will check whether it is there. It returns true, otherwise false. We'll take a demo of it today. We have EndsWith as well. Strip returns the string with both leading and the trailing characters. Swap case converts all the uppercases characters to a lowercase and vice versa. So for example, if you have written Ravish, Ravish, there are 4 characters that are uppercase, 2 characters that are lowercase. If you swap case, then 4 characters will become lowercase and 2 characters will become uppercase. So that's how swap case works. Title I've already told you. Translate modify string according to the given translation mapping. Upper converts all the lowercase characters in a string into uppercase, which we talked about. Zfill or zfill returns a copy of a string with 0 characters padded to the left side of the string. So these are the only methods that we are going to talk about today. You can use all of them one by one, or you can just Google more on them. I've taken these from docspython.com.org, sorry, and these are available on the website as well of the official documentation of Python. A few examples are taken uh, from Geeks for Geeks and Tutorials Point. So if you want to check their website, you can do so. So props to them. So without further ado, let's dive right into the demo part and let us understand what exactly is happening. So let me just clear this and let me just close this. This is on a repository which you already know. So I have created this folder and I have written 4 programs over here so that you guys can just copy them, copy paste them, go to my repository, clone them, copy paste them, whatever, and you don't have to waste your time. So let's just talk about the first one. So how many functions we are using over here? Upper, lower, title, and this is my raw string as it is. Then we'll talk about ends with, start with each and every condition like false and true condition in both the cases. So let's just write this. So where are we? Let's first of all we'll take PWD. Okay, so we are in over here. Let me do and clear over here. PWD won't work over here. It is bash batch. So what I'll do over here is I'll just type 01 string methods or py, and let's see how it works. So you can see my initial text was your text. This is the base text that I'm going to work upon, and it has written quite dramatically L small O capital G, and it's kind of weird right now. But when I use upper on it, it will convert everything to uppercase, and you can see logic ops lab over here is uppercase. Similarly, in this lowercase string, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to lowercase it, and you can see it has lowercase it. In the other, I'm trying to title string it. So title, what it's doing is it space breaks the string and creates a capital character at this start. So LOL is capital over here. So this is how it works. And this is just my raw string, which is just printing this one. So which is that's exactly the same. Now let's talk about ends with. Ends with is a false condition. So does it start ends with labs? No, it ends with lab, which is this. So what it will return false. But does it return true on lab? Yes. Why? Because it ends with lab. You can check it over here. Perfect. Now let's talk about start with. Does it start with logic? Yes, it starts with logic, but it's case sensitive. So let us check whether it is like that. No, it's not like that. So it should return false, which is perfect. But in the next case, it is logic over here, which is exactly the same. So it will return true. So I hope this is clear to you. Let's close this and let's move on to the next part. So now we are over here. Let me just clean this. So do an CLS over here. Perfect. Now what I'll do is I'll give a sentence. This is my string logic ops lab. So I have given lab underscore logic ops lab over here. So the index start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 indexes over here. Total is 15. Indexes are 14 because it always starts from 0. So now this is an argument string which I'm going to run against this sentence. Now lab. Okay. So let's find out. So position, because index returns a number value, which is integer value. If you hover over it, it will show that it is returning integer type of value. So sentence, it's which I'm running against dot index, and then I'm giving the argument string, and my argument string is lab. I can just copy paste this lab and type over here, but this is a better way to do it. Now, after 0th index, so first position of the logic, I've written logic over here. I should have written lab over here. So I'll just copy this lab. I'll just paste it over here. I'll just save it. And you can see lab after 0th index. So after 0th index, what it is happening is if you go over here, so 0, and the answer should be 0. Why? Because after 0 it is starting, which is fine. But if I'll talk about after the 5th stage, what will happen after 5th? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 5th stage, at what point lab is coming? So 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So ideally answer of this should be 0 and this should be 12. So let's just see it. CLS, perfect, 0, 2. Hit enter and you can see the answer is C. I hope you guys have understood it. So it starts from 0 till 15, sorry, total 15 values, starts from 0 till 14, but my lab starts from 12th position and first starts from 0. So here I'm comparing from 0, so that's why answer is 0, because it starts from here. If I give underscore or any other value over here, it will print 1 instead of 0. And here you already understood after 5th, so it will take after 5th. So after 5th is this, and then it is a 12th index which it has printed. I hope you guys have understood it. Let's move to the string format. Let me just CLS over here. Perfect. So I'm formatting. This is very interesting, guys, and pay too much attention to this, because this is going to clear every doubt that you have for format. Now format works in a lot of ways. You can give an index value, you can give a literal value, which is space. Now what I'm trying to do over here is I'm using format, giving 3 arguments: first argument, second argument, and third argument at an index of 0, 1, 2. Have I given the number over here 0, 1, 2? No. So multiple placeholder in format takes a by default value, and it will start putting that. So it will put logic ops lab here, it will put DevOps over here, it will put end SRE over here. So it will print logic ops lab is a YouTube channel. So I'll repeat it. Logic ops lab is a DevOps YouTube channel for end SRE. It's quite weird, but that's how it is. So what I'll do is I'll just run it and I'll show you. 03, hit tab and enter, and you can see Logic Ops Lab is a DevOps YouTube channel for end SRE. That's how it works. So I hope this is clear. Now we'll give a different data type, which is a number. So what I'll do, this is 0th index, this is first index. So by default it will go over here, this will go over here. So it will print, hello, my name is Ravish and I have 9.6 years of experience, which is this. Perfect. Now this is just for printing, just to make it clear. Now formatters with positional and keyword arguments. So what we'll do is we'll print 0 and 1. We are passing a value logic in lab. So this is 0, this is 1, and this is very easy. So it will print logic ops lab. Perfect, which is this. But now if I change the position from 1, so what is the 1 position? Lab. What is the 0th index? Logic. So it will print lab ops logic, which is this, and it is clear to you. Now let's move on. So which I've already explained, that if you pass an empty value, Python will replace the values passed through string format in order. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So what it will print? It will print every DevOps SRE must know coding or scripting and system design. 0, 1, 2, 3. That's all. But same sentence, if we pass on different values like 3, 2, 1. So what is the 3? 3 is scripting. Sorry, 3 is system design, because it starts from 0. 2 is scripting. 1 is coding. And 0 is DevOps SRE. So it will print something like every system design must know scripting, coding, or DevOps SRE. Weird, right? But that's how it works. I mean, the logic is great, but the sentence does not make any sense. So this is perfect. Now the last one is keyword arguments are called by their keyword name. Now here, instead of a value, I have given a variable, and this variable I have defined over here. So LOL means logic ops lab. So this will take lol value over here. Lol, I mean, it's somewhat like laughing out loud, but it's a short form of logic ops lab, which is fine. Okay, so logic ops lab will go over here. Is the 0th is best YouTube channel for DevOps SRE, and that's what it is printing. So I hope this is very much clear to you guys. Let me just clear this. And let's move on to the concatenation part. So we have talked about two things, the concatenation through plus sign or through join. Okay, so let's dive right into it. So I've given F name, first name, second name, and last name. I do not have a second name. Ideally, I should have one, but something happened and I did not get it. So my name is Ravish Rawat. Anyway, for the sake of example, I have given Singh in the middle name. Anyway, so let's move on to first name, second name, and last name, and it will print the full name, and it will just concatenate. You just make sure that there is no space over here, because if there is no space, it will just stick it like Ravish Singh Rawat and no spaces. So if you can give spaces after this if you want, and you can modify it. So if I'll print it, it will just print Ravish Singh Rawat in a title format. You want to check it? Let's do that. 04 tab and hit enter, and you can see it has printed over here. So if I give a space over here, it will print some or the other way. You want to see it? Let's just do that. Let me just save it, Control S. Let me just run the same thing, and you can see it has given the spaces over here. But let's just move back to the original space and save it. Okay, now repeating strings. Now, if you want to print this emoji of a laughing emoji 10 times, what you will do? You just copy paste it 10 times and print the string. But isn't that cumbersome? What you can do, I mean, 2-3 times you can do fine, but if you want to do 100 times, if you want to laugh at someone for 100 times, I mean, don't do that, but I'm just giving an example. So you can give 100 over and it'll type 100 times. So if you can see this one into 10, you can see that it has printed it 10 times. Okay, now r underscore s, repeating string, let's say yes into 4. Now I'm taking this value into this rs and I'm printing this rs. Instead of doing this, I'm doing this, taking a value in the variable, because why not? So let's do this and we can see it has printed 4 times, because this looks much beautiful than this, and this looks much beautiful than typing this or printing this. So let's move forward. Now what you can do is string join. So join mostly works on the list. So what is exactly list? Let us understand in some other video in the future. But right now you can just see it looks like an array, but not exactly. So it has around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 values, which says my name, not my name, this YouTube channel name, Logic of Slab. And then it has taken a empty string. So this is how you give an empty string. So calling function by join. So string str, the empty string dot join list. So what it will do, join will take on list, which is this, put the values in a string 2, and you can display the result from string 2, which is this. And you can see Logic of Slab is the new name, and it has converted it. So I hope all of this is easy for you to understand, and there are multiple ways to do multiple things. I cannot explain all of the methods over here. Why? Because this video will go to around 30 minutes, 35 minutes, 40 minutes, which I don't want and don't want to bore you. But you can go to official documentation, or you can go to Geeks for Geeks, you can go to tutorials point, you can find out there, and there are multiple things available on the internet. You can just find out and try your hands on, which I will recommend you. So I hope everything is clear. If there is an issue, please feel free to comment below and we will address that issue. So thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next video.